So what we are going to do is to buy here, place the stop loss below, put in our take profit over here, and let the trade play itself out. And over here, we are going to sell here, place the stop loss above, and have the take profit set here. It's a very simple way to trade, and this works for both Forex and stock trading. This strategy is excellent for those who are working and have no time to constantly monitor the charts. In this video, I'm going to show you the easy way to swing trade and make 100 pips a week with the daily chart. So what you just saw is the entire strategy. But of course, I'm going to show you the exact things to watch out for, the underlying psychology behind the strategy, your entry, stop loss, and take profit. Now, if you're new to this channel, then go ahead to hit that subscribe button. We create tons of trading tutorial videos to help you become a better trader. So really appreciate if you could just hit that thumbs up button to support the channel so that we can keep doing this to serve you. We also do a giveaway worth $37 for each new video that we release. And if you wish to participate, then look for an emoji somewhere within this video. You can find the full instructions in the pinned comments down below as well. So let's dive straight into the strategy, shall we? Now, of course, you're going to want to switch to the daily chart because that's the time frame for this strategy, and we are swing trading. For this particular strategy, we are going to use volume to help us determine the key zones. And knowing these key zones is very important because it will tell us where to enter, where to place our stop loss, and set our take profit target. I will show that to you in a moment, but please understand that we never blindly trade using volume. If you are an existing subscriber of this channel, you should probably already know how often I stress the importance of understanding market context and forming a bias first. Get the market context first, then focus on key levels second. So the first thing we want to do is look at the overall market context. Observe the swing high and lows. Ask yourself if price is in an uptrend, downtrend, or consolidating. Now a quick refresher. An uptrend is when you see a series of higher highs and higher lows. A downtrend is when you see a series of lower highs and lower lows. And of course, a consolidation is when price is bouncing between two levels and going nowhere. So right here, we have a pound-dollar chart. Now observe the swing highs and swing lows. What's your conclusion? Well, it should be clear that it's an uptrend. Here's another example, this time for the Aussie dollar chart. Again, what's the market context for this? It's a downtrend. Obviously, if the market context is in a downtrend, then your bias should be to sell at resistance rather than buy at support. If you are still struggling to turn a profit, please do not attempt to trade against the trend. Go for the lowest hanging fruit first and be consistent first. So using this example, we already determined that our bias is to sell at the market. That deals with what to do. But where do we do it? And more importantly, when do we do it? I will dive into that next, so keep watching. Earlier on, I explained that we will be using volume to determine the key zones. So what we are looking for is a spike in the volume bar. Volume bar spikes like this and this over here. Sometimes it isn't that clear, but we want to focus on those high volume bars that stick out like a sore thumb. Now, if you are doubtful about whether a volume bar is a spike or not, then skip it. Because if you must think, then it's not obvious, and we want to focus on the ones that are most obvious. Once we have identified the volume bar, then go ahead to pull out a rectangular tool to box out the entire candle that corresponds to the high volume bar. Now make sure to cover the entire candle, including the upper and lower wicks. Here are a few examples of how to do it. Once you have done this, what you will have is like a roadmap of the instrument. You will know where the key zones are and what you should do. So let me just spend some time explaining the underlying psychology behind doing this. So when you have a high volume bar, what this means is that the big boys or institutional traders are accumulating their positions. Now, they can try to hide their accumulation from you in the price charts by being smart about it. But what they can never do is hide the volume transacted. So by picking out the high volume bars, we know that these institutional traders are buying or selling at that level. And I don't know about you, but I'm definitely following the big money and I'm not into betting against the big funds like the recent happenings in GameStop. Now, just to show you that this works, here are a few examples of price reacting to the zones. So what you have just learned is quite powerful, but hey, I want to deliver more value in this video and go further. Why? Well, because I can. So if you have not subscribed and turned on the notification bell, then what are you waiting for? Please do that. Now here's a quick recap of what we talked about so far. Step 1 is to determine market context. Step 2 is to plot out the key zones. Well, step 3 isn't rocket science. It's just combining the two to get the highest probability setups. Let me walk you through an example to show you how to combine the two. Right here, we have the Aussie dollar chart, and at a glance, we can quickly see that this currency pair is in an uptrend. Obviously, we want to buy at support. The question becomes, where do we buy? So we plot out the key zones by identifying the volume spike bars and boxing them up. Once we have that, then we wait patiently for price to get to one of the key zones. Now, an important disclaimer, sometimes the entire market context might change when price hits one of the key zones. So you must constantly ask yourself if the market context is still the same. Remember, we need to align the market context with the key zones, not just blindly trade off the key zones. In this case, price hits our key support and the market context is still bullish. But what we do is wait for a bullish candlestick pattern to enter our trade. Now here's a critical pointer, so pay close attention. Our stop loss goes below the entire zone of support, not just below the candle low. Again, I will repeat this pointer. The stop loss goes below the entire key zone that is plotted. We do not put our stop loss just below the bullish price action. The target take profit will be the next zone of support or resistance. Just to be safe, set your take profit to be just before the zone of support or resistance. You don't want to put your take profit target in the middle of the zone. Watch as price bounces off the zone and see your unrealized profits disappear. So let me show you another example of the entire strategy, this time a bearish scenario. Here we have Euro Pound, and if we were to observe the highs and lows, it should be quite clear that price is in a downtrend. This means that we want to be selling at resistance. To do this, we need to find the high volume bars. Once we find them, look at the corresponding candles and box them up. These key levels will be our roadmap to trade the Euro Pound. Now, before you get all excited, when you see price retrace to the key level, ask yourself if the market context is still bearish. In this case, yes it is, so we go ahead to wait for a bearish candlestick pattern. And yes, we do get it, and we go ahead to take the trade and set in the stop loss. The stop loss goes above the entire zone with a buffer. Remember that it doesn't go above the bearish candle because the price may be a little wimpy at the zone. Our take profit will be placed at the next zone of support with a buffer, of course, because we want to be sure that price hits our target and we do not give back our unrealized profits. So hopefully you can see that it's actually quite simple. Here's a quick recap of the entire strategy. Step number 1, determine market condition. Step number 2, plot key zones using volume. Step number 3, enter when price retraces to the key zone with a candlestick pattern. Now, I'd like you to test this strategy and let me know in the comments if this strategy is able to make you 100 pips a week. If you do it right and are patient, you should be able to make more than 100 pips a week. But as a conservative target, 100 pips should be rather achievable. That's it for this video. Now, if you're enjoying this, I will leave a link that explains how institutional traders trade. That video will build on this video and give you a better understanding of how to identify institutional buying or selling. Thanks for watching. I will catch you in the next video.